Hey y'all, I'm back with another video, and this time I'm going to go ahead and discuss the movie DreamGirls. Yes, DreamGirls. So, I know so many people have already seen the movie DreamGirls, and if you haven't seen the movie DreamGirls, what rock do you live under? Like, I don't even know what to say to you. If you have not seen this movie, I don't even know what to say to you. All I'm going to say is do not watch my commentary. Go watch the movie. Okay? Okay. So let me go ahead and break it down to y'all. DreamGirls is one of my top movies. It's not in my list of favorite movies, but it is in my top. Like it's in a list of movies that I will rewatch over and over and over. It's not a favorite, but it's one that I will rewatch over and over. This freaking soundtrack, y'all, I literally know just about 90% of this whole soundtrack. That's how bomb the music is. Straight off the bat. So let me go ahead and get into it. DreamGirls came out in like 2006, and it has some of the heaviest of hitters, singers, actresses, all that. They got Beyonce, Jennifer Hudson, Anika Noni Rose, Jamie Foxx, Eddie Murphy, Danny Glover. They went hard when they created this movie. Like, they didn't miss a beat. From the music, the choreography, the acting, they did not miss a beat. The movie was so well put together. Like, if you gonna watch DreamGirls with me and you not gonna sing along, you can go home. Like, it's one of those. It is a musical, but it's not one of those annoying musicals where every single scene is a song. It's like you get some good acting content, and then the songs just come out of nowhere, like ba 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 da 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 ba ba. Hey, you know, like when I tell y'all, I literally have this soundtrack downloaded to my phone, y'all. I freaking love the DreamGirls soundtrack. Anywho, the movie is about three girls. They have a singing group called the Dreamettes, and they eventually, you know, want to become stars and everything. Small town girls from Detroit singing in a singing group. When the movie comes on, they're about to, you know, perform at this show, and that's where they meet Curtis. Okay? So the whole movie is based on the Dreamettes meeting a producer, and how the producer maneuvers them and, you know, have them excel or not excel in the music game, pretty much. And they got some drama along the way. So that's pretty much what the movie is about. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just run down each of the characters and pretty much give y'all my opinion on the character and then how they played a role in the story. First up is Lorelle. Lorelle is one of the three Dreamettes. She is, I would say, I think she was the youngest of them all. They never they never explicitly stated their ages, but I do know that she did turn 18 finally, and then they had said it was like maybe 6 or 8 or 9 years later. So they kind of give you like their age range, but not for real. The girls was young as hell when they first met Curtis and Jimmy. But Lorelle is the more quiet one, the young one that just go with the flow. I'm just here to sing. I'm here to have fun. That's her personality. So I would say Lorelle is one of my favorite characters, solely because her character is just a sweetheart. She don't cause no drama or none of that. In this movie, Lorelle ends up having a relationship with Jimmy. Now, this is where it get a little sticky, because I didn't realize how young the girls were when they first met them. And Jimmy was a full-blown adult at the time that the Dreamettes was first introduced to them. So that's a little weird, but I guess that's with the times. She had to have, when they first started singing, she had to have been like 16, 17, I feel like. Not old enough for this grown man to be preying on her. And he literally, every chance he get, he was trying to break her down, break her down, break her down. The whole time this man is married. Bro. No. So, okay, Lorelle ends up having a relationship with Jimmy. She loses her virginity to him, all this stuff. So now she's so in love with Jimmy. All this woo, 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 la, la, la. movie goes along, she finally like breaks up with Jimmy because he brought his wife to one of the shows, because he was saying like, oh, she ain't want to be, she's talking about she want to get out the house and all that stuff. And she like, your wife is out there? Are you serious? And at that moment, that's when Lorelle put her big girl pants on and was like, no, I love you, but that ain't enough. And that's pretty much the synopsis on Lorelle. Her character was unproblematic. She was dealing with an older man who was married. She handled that the best way she could. Bam. Now I'm gonna move on into Jimmy. Mr. Jimmy Got Soul. Jimmy Got Soul. Jimmy Got Soul. No, y'all. Jimmy Early, I don't know who his character is supposed to be based off of, because the Dreams is slightly based on the Supreme. So I don't know who Jimmy is supposed to be, you know, like alluding to. But his character is really off the wall, got a lot of personality, like to sing like raunchy little songs. And in the movie, he made mentions like, oh, they stole that from me. I did that first. And who you know did this and la la la. It was me because I did it first. Stuff like that. He was pretty much their ticket to fame. Listen, because I know people are going to be like, what? How? He was their ticket to fame because they got a job singing as his backup singers. And they went on tour with him, got their name out there, all of that stuff. And then eventually, that's when Curtis separated the two. Y'all follow me? So if Jimmy wasn't there, there would be no Dreams, because they had to sing backup for somebody to get somewhere. And he the one who had the platform. And you can fake your way up to the top, round and around. Round and around. So pretty much he propelled they careers and helped them, you know, get into the game for real, which was great. I already touched upon how the fact that he was dating Lorelle and he was already married and all this other crap. They did eventually reveal to us that he was a heroin addict and he died from an overdose. So that's how Jimmy goes out of the movie. He dies. He's the only character that did not make it to the end because of a drug overdose. Cece. Cece is a very undervalued character in this movie. He is definitely a main character, but you wouldn't, you know, think so. He writes all of their songs. He's the man behind the music. He's the reason that they're them. If y'all ain't got nobody write y'all songs, what y'all gonna say? And Cece is actually Effie's baby brother. So that's going to get a little sticky later once I actually get into the drama with all of them. But let me go ahead, slowly let y'all in. So Cece, he don't get enough recognition because every last one of them songs that he wrote for them were hits. Like he was literally a freaking hit maker. And people would sleep. Because when people think of DreamGirls, they don't think of Cece, the one who wrote songs. They think of the Dreamettes. It's the Dreamettes. That's what they think of. They don't think about the people in the background. But he held it down. He literally held it down. Every song that he wrote for them was a Mickey Vicky hit. Effie. Everybody wanted to make it seem like Effie was the bad guy. And I'm here to tell y'all that she was not. Now, she was a little bit, I want to say, like, she wasn't even difficult to work with. She was just an opinionated woman, wasn't going to let nobody push over her. She knew the voice she had. She knew her skills. She knew her talents, all this stuff. And they wanted to deem her hard to work with, difficult, fat, all this other stuff. But in reality, no, she was the one who was trying to protect them from getting, like, you know, ran over and stuff like that. And I want to say that Curtis knew that. And he maneuvered his way through the girls the way he did, starting with her, so that he could, you know, take full reign. He knew he had to go through her in order to get what he really wanted. And Deena, who was played by Beyonce, she comes off, people want to say that she was, you know, unproblematic, didn't cause no drama, she was manipulated and used and all this stuff. But nah, bro, she not innocent. She is not as innocent as everybody want to make it seem. Miss Queen Deena herself, no. She is one of the villains. Now that we done made it down to Mr. Curtis, I can go ahead and really get to the nitty-gritty. So Curtis is the mastermind, the one in control of it all. Since he first saw those girls, he knew that he wanted to, you know, take them, make them famous and all of this. But the whole time, his goal was not to make the Dreams and the Dreamettes famous. His goal was to get Deena from jump, because Deena was the first one that he saw. So when the girls first met Curtis, they were late to the show for whatever reason. The show almost missed their chance to perform, but Curtis talked to the man, was like, go ahead, let them perform, you know, stuff like that. And then he also paid off the man so that they didn't win a competition. Whole time, they weren't going to win a competition anyway, but Curtis made sure that they didn't win that competition so that he could finesse them into working with him. And then at the time, Curtis was not even a music producer. I don't even understand why he was at this performance. He owns a car dealership. Bro, what is you even doing here? You have no reason to even be at this place. Maybe he was aspiring to be a music producer and manager and everything like that. So, okay, I guess it makes sense. He was scouting out the talent, which he did. But Curtis is a snake. And he was a snake from jump. He was a snake because, one, he came and he pretty much stole Jimmy from up under his manager. How you do that? He took Jimmy from his manager, convinced Jimmy to let the girls sing back up with him, but this was before he stole him from his manager. So he convinced Jimmy and them to let 3 girls sing back up with them. Then he worked his way as in like he's their manager and all this stuff. And he eventually worked his way into being Jimmy's manager. And he switched up Jimmy's style and his music style and everything to have him cross over to the pop charts and everything like that. He also is a snake because it's just so much, y'all. He's also a snake because he finessed Effie into thinking that he loved her when all this time he really was in love with Deena, and he knew he needed to, in order for the girls to work with him, he had to soften up Effie. He had malicious intent from jump. And I'm just like, wow. Yeah, bogus. What I'm going to say Curtis was a snake, but he did do his job well. So he did take the girls, he did rise them to fame, he did everything that he said he was going to do, but the way that he maneuvered about it was just like out of control. Like, you won't have to do this to these people. You didn't. And he turned into the people that he didn't like when he first started. That's like, how you gonna become who you didn't like? Like, you just as bad as them now. But let me get into the drama, because this is what I really want to talk about. Now, the love triangle between Curtis, Deena, and Effie. The way it went down was literally bogus. And the way that Curtis broke up with her was also bogus, because at that point they kicked her out of the group and he broke up with her. And I feel like the whole thing was just petty, and the way it unfolded is petty is because literally I feel like 2 scenes before they break up her, before they kick her out the group, they were singing a song called We Are a Family, and they were saying like, you know, nothing gonna change. We always gonna be together. We always gonna have your back because we family. La 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 la. All this bullcrap they was feeding her. They was feeding Effie this bullcrap just so she could keep going along with the story. And this, I feel like this was when they first announced that Deena was gonna sing lead. They ended up singing that "We Are a Family" song to keep her in a group and, you know, keep her singing and like just to pacify her real quick. Just calm her down. They sang the song "We Are a Family" a lot. And then 2 scenes later, they kick her out the group, get a new girl, and Curtis break up with her. What? And when Curtis breaks up with her, Curtis ends up getting married to Deena, one of her best friends. And I just think that whole situation is literally out of control. And a lot of people don't say this, but Deena dead wrong. Why the hell would you marry this man who did that to your friend? You knew they was dating each other. They had been dating each other for years. And then all of a sudden, he kicked you out the group. And now all of a sudden, he love you and he want to marry you. Something not right about that. And that's a whole girl code violation right there. Sis, you wasn't supposed to do that. And you wasn't supposed to let him kick your friend out the group. She never, when they first announced that she was going to sing lead, she was like, oh, no, I don't want to sing lead, la, 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 la. And Curtis was like, that's what it's going to be. Deena going to sing lead because, you know, we trying to cross over to the pop charts with a different sound. Effie, your voice is too soulful. Okay, cool. That's understandable. But for this to turn into the Deena show, like the whole thing, it just evolved. It went from the Dreamettes to the Dreams to Deena and the Dreams. How the hell did it go from that? This is a girl group, not a solo act and some backup singers. How did it go from the Dreamettes to Deena and the Dreams? And they just want to have it seem like she was just so oblivious to everything that was going on. She was just going with the flow, going with the flow. Yeah, she just going with the flow because she's the star. And what got me was Effie was like, she stole my man and my dream. Yeah, she did. She stole your man and your dream. She did. And what really got me was Cece. When they kicked Effie out the group, Cece did not have her back. He was like, it's okay, just let it go. Take the money, you know, it'll be good for you. This, like, bro, you my brother. What do you mean? Take the money and go. I know what you did. Just get what? No. Are y'all out of y'all freaking mind? And the whole thing is just shiesty. She was literally done in. And they want to make it seem like she was the bad guy. She was not the bad guy. She was the one who got played. And then she was left to raise a child by herself. Granted, she should have told him that he had a kid. But he wasn't concerned. He didn't get no care about her. And she knew he wasn't going to get no care about that kid. So she just didn't even tell him. She just raised her daughter on home. And y'all, this woman said she blew through, was it $500,000 or $250,000? Or was it $1 million? I don't know how much money she said she blew through in a few years, but she blew through it. How, sis? This is even back in the day. So she really was just wasting that money. Because what did you spend it on? Ain't got nothing to show for it. Nothing. Nothing at all. And DreamGirls is and will always be one of my top movies, but I just could not live my life without saying that Deena is bogus as heck. And Curtis was plotting the whole time. When he sang that song, y'all, he sang a song for her, something about you were my dream. When I first saw you, I said, oh my, this is my dream. That song blows the fuck out of me, y'all. It literally grinds my gears. One, because, okay, you seen her first, but you didn't go after her first. You went after her friend. You went after the one that you knew was going to be the most trouble. The one you had to, you know, manipulate, console, and get on your side to let you do what you was going to do with everybody else. That was bogus. He was plotting since day one. Since day one. He told us, when I first saw you, I said, oh my. This is my dream. My dream. He was plotting since day one, and I don't like it. It really grinds my gears. And I think it grinds my gears solely because that's a whole girl code violation. It's just morally wrong. Altogether. On his part, her as in Deena, it's just all morally wrong. And another thing that Curtis did that was bogus. So Cece wrote this song for Effie. Effie sang the song well. Why Curtis go behind their back and have Deena sing the song, but in a different style? At the beginning of the movie, something happened like that to them with a white group. The Cadillac song they had. They stole the song, remixed it, and it was on the charts. And then wasn't nobody thinking about their song. He turned around and did the same thing to Effie. Why are you doing this to this girl? Like, you just want to ruin her whole life. That's what it was. Curtis ruined Effie's life. Bogus. Just bogus, y'all. And I'm going to end on that note because overall, I love the movie. But overall, it was just jacked up. They just did that girl so wrong. And I don't care what nobody say. She was not the villain. As always, comment down below. As always, give me suggestions. And as always, thank y'all for watching. And make sure you hit the subscribe button. See you later.